but I have to put this down here right now. I am coming to you today is kind of like a Sunday for me because I just had a giant project finish up last night after 4 days of intense work. And I like to do these talks every once in a while just to bring my experience. It's kind of like a vlog, like or a visual video diary in a way of what's going on in my life. And I hope that some of my realizations might help you, and maybe we all can have conversations. You can write in the comments, which I read and love to return. But anyway, I wanted to share an experience about passion, about a deadline, the idea of a deadline igniting passion and what that does to the mind in terms of getting into the zone. And it's something I've known for many years, but I've noticed a very subtle shift in myself. And whether, depending on where you are in your growth and your spiritual development, what I'm saying here may not have any particular resonance for you, but maybe it will. And what I've found is, okay, so I've been doing the Wim Hof method for a year now, which is a breathing method that oxygenates your blood and it creates more mitochondria, creates more red blood cells. It's the breathing part of it is forces the body to adapt in the way that that lives in high elevation, the body would adapt. And it has a lot of benefits in terms of bringing anxiety down, bringing more joy to your life because you just feel alive. You feel physically, you just feel so alive, but it also calms down the default mode network, that constant voice that's going on in your head. And so you get more experience just being in a place of just existing when you're doing this breathing method and meditating. So I've been doing that. I also been following Tara Brach, who's a meditation and Buddhist teacher, psychotherapist. And she has a method called RAIN, which I'm going to talk about. It's an acronym for a specific kind of meditation or awareness exercise. So I've been doing these things on and off for a year and a half. And usually when I have a deadline to do something and get a particular creative project done, I used to do strings attached shows once a month for many years. I would really feel stressed. I would feel in my body the physical stress of that deadline. As it got closer and closer, I would stay up late, push the envelope. And I've been doing that less and less. I mean, I don't really stay up past midnight, rarely ever. But in any case, what happened was I noticed, let me just back up and say, I've been thinking about this through my meditation practice over the last 6 or 7 years. You come to realize there's kind of 3 modes that the brain can be in. This is what I've been thinking of. There are 3 ways of being. One is a meditation observer mode, where you're just being. You're not creating anything. You're not doing anything. Your body is just doing what it does unconsciously. Your subconscious, your autonomic nervous system is working. You're observing, and you are being a part of this. Well, we always are a part of nature, but you're not creating anything. So I would say that's the meditation mindset. And then we have the mindset of where we're just doing tasks. We're cleaning the house. We are taking care of business. And these tasks aren't necessarily, there aren't things that we aren't super passionate about. So we're not in an elevated state of joy, or, maybe we are. So maybe some people go into an elevated state of joy when they clean the bathroom and the toilet and all that. Maybe they do. Maybe that's part of the key, is learning how to have that joy no matter what, from meditation all the way to the passionate things that you do. So anyway, there's this middle ground where you're doing menial tasks. And maybe you have a little bit of that meditation mindset. Again, you're just doing these things because you have to. They're survival. They are tasks related to maintenance in your life. And some people get really bored in that place because we find that that's all we're doing is we're just dealing with tasks. There's no uncertainty in life. Hey, Bucky, how's it going? Without that, and so there's so much certainty, but there's not enough uncertainty to add some spice to life. And there's a Rilke or Rumi quote that I'm going to find that talks about this. So the third state is when we're in the state of flow. And again, it may involve some of that so-called boring tasks, but maybe somebody else has found a way to be in flow during the boring tasks. I think you can do that. But let's say for me, it's music or art or connecting with another human being. You feel this kind of drug-like ecstatic feeling. Maybe it's dancing. So that's the third state. You're in an ecstatic, uplifting, electric state of mind. And a lot of people find that they don't have any control of getting into that place. It just happens accidentally. Maybe they're seeing a movie. Maybe they're having a glass of wine, and that glass of wine calms down their chatty mind so that they're able to all of a sudden feel love and feel connection, and they're raised up into this elevated state. So there's three states: meditative, elevated, passionate state, and then that state in between where you're doing tasks, and maybe you're not so present in that task state. You're just sort of like going from one thing to the next, and your mind is spinning. Okay. And I guess there could be another state, which is the fight or flight state, which you're anxious and nervous. And a lot of these, that's a fourth state. So a lot of these states can cross over. But in any case, I set this deadline of doing our live stream and inviting a bunch of musicians to come together for a concert for unity and equality, because I have a community and I want to feel like that I can contribute something to the conversation. I don't really feel safe going to the protests. My heart is longing to go to protests, but I don't really feel safe. So I put on this show. Yesterday, we've raised almost $1,500, and I found myself back in that place of when I used to produce strings attached shows. And it was an amazing feeling of there's this pressure that I've got to have it done by a certain time. But the new feeling is I wasn't feeling stressed out during the whole process. I completely went into the flow. I was handling multiple things, multiple tasks that I had to get done: writing music, playing music, editing video, doing promo. Every second of my day, for almost every second, minus a couple bike rides and a couple breathing sessions, was taken up with a passion for getting this task done. And it was also multiplied. That feeling was multiplied by all the musicians, contributing their art and giving to this concert for unity and equality. And it was just, halfway I found that I lost track of time. So this feeling of losing track of time standing still. It happens a lot for performers when they're playing or performing. The time goes by and they don't have any sense of that. Well, I've had that sense doing Wim Hof breathing. There's a particular part of your brain which keeps track of time. When you do Wim Hof method or Wim Hof breathing, that turns off. So I was finding, as I was pulling all these pieces together, I was feeling so elated and so joyful for days, that I had this sort of energy that had no bottom. It was an unlimited source of energy. And I was wondering, like, well, okay, on other days when you're kind of in your brain and you're going on Facebook and you're not so passionately involved, you're taking naps, you're having this tiredness. Even if you get a good night's sleep, you're still wanting to take a nap, and you're second guessing yourself. And so why is it all of a sudden I have an endless source of energy? Well, it was because I committed to doing something on a deadline, and it was something that I felt passionate about. It involved something that I love, which is making music and creating music. And it just didn't end. I mean, I worked what did I work? Like an 18-hour day on Tuesday, the day of the show. And I just felt so connected to the musicians. I felt so connected to the project. And I thought, I wanted to share this with you, that if you are feeling, when we feel we are stuck, sometimes maybe we just need to just do it. Just make a deadline and just do it, and not analyze and not go into the critical brain so much. Now, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with the critical brain. There's nothing wrong with fight or flight. There's nothing wrong with the analytical. I want to share with you RAIN. That leads into RAIN. So I was doing RAIN this morning, and RAIN stands for recognize, allow, investigate, and nurture. It's a process of steps that you can go through when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you have an emotion that is not, that's uncomfortable, and it gives you an opportunity to kind of work through that emotion. So the first step, this morning I was working through the feeling of wanting connection, wanting adventure, wanting excitement, and feeling that lack in my life. And as you know, sometimes it's just as simple as just like, just going to go for it. I'm just going to go have an adventure. And some of you, it's not that simple. Maybe you're tied down. Maybe you don't have that choice. I'm kind of wondering if I'm live at all, because I don't see anything. Yes, I'm live. So, and this morning during the meditation for this RAIN acronym, I was bringing up the feeling of wanting connection with others, wanting exciting connection with others, which I had a lot of, even if it was just virtually producing this show for the last 4 days. And now I'm in that afterglow period where there's nothing on the plate right now. And so I'm wanting more of that. I'm wanting adventures. I'm wanting a life filled every second, every day, filled with adventures and helping people. So RAIN allows you to investigate this. First, you say, okay, recognize. I have an emotion in my body. I'm feeling in my body a sense of wanting more of that. So then you move into allowing. Instead of shaming yourself, oh, I shouldn't feel like this, or I don't want to feel this, you allow it. You allow it, just like sitting down with tea with your fear. You're having tea with your emotion. Hi there, how's it going? So you're allowing it. And just through that space of allowing, or just through that effort of allowing whatever is to be, all of a sudden you have a feeling of that you can breathe. You have a feeling of more space. And that emotion, when you allow it, the volume of it is turned down just a little bit. So when that volume is turned down from just allowing whatever is coming up, that's uncomfortable, that makes you feel like something's missing or something's wrong in your life. So it's either something missing or something's wrong. You allow it and you decide that I'm going to forgive myself and I'm not going to judge myself. And then it's okay that I'm having this feeling. And I'm going to honor this feeling. And I'm going to not judge the judge. So now I move from allowing into what RAI is investigate. So what is behind this feeling of wanting? What do I need? What does my deepest heart say that I need for wanting connection with others, for wanting this adventure? What's at the bottom of that? Because essentially we all have everything we need right with us right now. There isn't any need to go seek outside, right? We have it all within us. We have the love within us. Otherwise those feelings wouldn't come up. So what is that? So as I was exploring this morning, this feeling of wanting, it's, I want adventure. I want that feeling of adventure. I love that feeling of adventure. That's what it came down to. I love when my days are filled with wonder, excitement, connection. I don't want to just have it by myself. I want to share it with others. I want to have friends, cohorts who reflect back to me. Yes, I feel that way too. Will, isn't that exciting? I see what you're seeing. I see what you're seeing. It's more fun and more enjoyable, and I feel more filled with that joy and excitement if I can share with another. Then I feel it more than if it's just myself wandering in my own thoughts through the days, because that's a lot of what my day is I'm just alone, wandering. Even though I have an amazing partner and an amazing family, I spend a lot of time just wandering in my thoughts. So there's this feeling of lack, like I want to go out and meet other people who share and see what I see in the world and want to work toward helping others, right? So I'm in that part of rain investigating what's behind the feeling. I'm actually feeling it right now when I describe it. It's a really good feeling. It's a feeling of self-love. It's feeling like, yes, Will, then just go for it. What are you waiting for? And then I feel that energy, like, let's just go for it. Just no need to wait. Go out and get those experiences and connect and get your needs met. And at the same time, hopefully help others. So that's part of the investigating. Why do you want to help others, Will? What's important about help? It all comes down to, I feel good when I help others. I feel good. I feel healthy. I feel connected. I hope it's a better world. I hope that others feel better. Okay, so that's enough of the investigating. Then we get to the nurturing. Well, what does my heart need to hear now in that nurturing? How can I nurture myself to feel more whole and complete? Just that everything that I need is right here in this moment. And usually when I go through that process, RAIN, by the time I get to nurture, I'm feeling really empowered. I'm feeling like I don't need any other person. I don't need anything outside of myself. I'm actually feeling it really inside of me. And there is a Rumi quote about this. And then I can go out into the world feeling empowered and resourced. It's a resource. I feel like I've built my own resource. So I'm nurturing. So I may, in my mind, pull up a resource of how can I what can I bring up to nurture myself in this moment? It could just be an image of playing music with a friend. It could be an image of looking a friend in the eyes and feeling that connection. Bringing it into this moment right now. I don't have to search for it. I don't have to go out and find it. I can feel that feeling right here in this moment. Maybe I'm feeling like I'm hugging somebody, or I'm lying down and just getting a massage or feeling touch and connection. And I feel it in this moment right now. Looking at a friend, I'm playing music with a friend, and there's an audience and people are smiling and we're all feeling that community. I immediately feel, yes, I'm feeling connected and resourced. And you know what? Whatever feeling that was uncomfortable when I started, again, the volume has come down. So I've been doing these spiritual practices in the morning for 6-7 years now. And now when I had a deadline for this project, we raised over $1,500 for Central Texas Food Bank and the Six Square Project, which is Austin's Black Cultural District. In that process of the deadline, I fully felt empowered and in love with, and in the zone with that state of mind where it's just pure joy creating, and time stood still. And when I got done with it, felt so good. I just wanted to share this with you. And if it helps you, and if I can help you, I have time on my life. One of the things I wanted to manifest in my life was to not be running around like a crazy person so much, and have time for friends, have time to help others. And I've manifested that in my life. I'm not living so hand to mouth. I'm not living so crazy, that I have time to help you and make connections and make these videos. I have this abundance to share. So if there's anything I can do for you, please reach out to me. Anything. And if you are interested in what I'm doing musically in the world, which is the thing I enjoy so much, here's a way you can join my tribe. Where is it? You can join my tribe at stringsattachedmusic.net, where you'll hear about shows and music that we're releasing and everything else. It's my tribe update list. So I make these offerings for free just because I enjoy it. It makes me feel good, and I hope that I can help others. If you want to help support what I do, pass the word. Doesn't cost anything. Become a member. It's free. Get some free music. Enjoy what I have to offer musically. I am live every Tuesday with a complete concert of music called Strings Attached at Home. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope that you know you make a difference, and that you might, if you're sitting around someday, think, hey, let's just do it. Let's make a deadline and let's create something in the world, whether it's reaching out to a friend, whether it's being in the present moment with another friend, or whether it's starting a charity or volunteering. I want to inspire you to make a difference as much as you can. And if you need help with that, please reach out to me. I'm going to go on a bike ride and enjoy this beautiful day. And I hope to hear from you. Take care.